Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this video we're gonna be testing the... Wait a second, that is worms! It says 1050 Ti here!
Yes, I bought a 1050 Ti yesterday for 60 euros. Finally got a good deal on it.
Oh my god. Yes, guys. I'm sorry for the cringiness, but yes, I went out yesterday. I found this deal on the 1050 Ti for 60 bucks, and well, I just couldn't resist it. So many of you have been asking for a 1050 Ti video, you know, and I didn't have it for like so long, but I finally got it. 60 euros got me this GTX 1050 Ti Strix. Not a bad deal, not a good deal as well. You could get an RX 570 for like 80-90 bucks, so and that's a much better card, as you're about to see. But yeah, usually 1050 Ti's go for like 100 bucks over here in Portugal, so I guess 60 euros for it is pretty damn good, I would say. So guys, let's play here with the GTX 1050 Ti finally, Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 1, Season 11, whatever you want to call it. As you can see here at the left in GeForce Experience, we are running a Ryzen 7 3700X with 16 gigs of RAM. Of course, you'll get the same FPS with something like a Ryzen 5 1600 overclocked, as well as a Core i5 4th gen. 8 gigs of RAM, as long as it's dual channel, should be fine. And let's get into it. We're going to be playing here at 1080p, of course, low settings, competitive settings, which is low with epic view distance, medium no shadows, high with no shadows, and epic with no shadows. As usual, let's get into it. Nobody is here with us in the lobby, unfortunately, so I gotta do this on my own. Alright guys, we're back here in the battle bus. As you can see, settings are still the same, of course, 1080p, low settings to start off the video over here. Let's drop, as always, in the whipping woods, because it's the most demanding area to test GPUs at, because there's so many trees, you know, so many shadows when those are enabled, and yeah, all of this foliage actually hits the GPU pretty hard, so that's why I always test GPUs over here when possible. So we are seeing a few stutters while dropping over here, just the usual stuff, you know, while dropping things are still loading in, and that's just how Fortnite and these battle royale games work. In the ground it should be fine. As you can see, the frame time graph is actually very smooth, no spikes there whatsoever. Every single spike there indicates a little stutter as well, so keep that in mind. And well guys, as you can see, 1050 Ti is actually performing pretty well here in Fortnite Battle Royale. Of course, as expected, because well, this card isn't actually the best price performance wise. It can still play games just fine. Of course, there are two bots over there. Yes, I just remembered, I'm playing alone, so I'm playing with a lot of bots. That's awesome. We're gonna get this one, boys. I can feel it. It's the first video on the 1050 Ti here in the channel, and yeah, this should be great, right? As you can see, guys, inside you actually get around 200 FPS, 230 maybe sometimes. Alright, we got one over here. As you can see, guys, here on low settings, you can actually run a 144Hz monitor with the GTX 1050 Ti. If you are getting less FPS than this, check your CPU, check your RAM, make sure it's in dual channel, the RAM of course, and make sure your CPU is actually capable of delivering these FPS, because if you are CPU bottlenecked, you won't be seeing 99 or 98% usage on the GPU side of things. If you guys have something like a 2nd gen i5, you won't be seeing these FPS, of course. You'll probably be seeing like around 60 to 100, 120 maybe. So it's time now for epic settings. We've seen that low settings is very smooth over here. Epic settings, well, it's not really epic settings, epic view distance. Competitive settings over here right now, guys. We drop a few FPS. It's usually like 5 FPS less than low settings, so not a big deal. You can actually play still with that 144Hz monitor just fine with the GTX 1050 Ti. No problems whatsoever over here, as you can see. But of course, take a look at the RX 570 video, for example. Those two, the 1050 Ti and the RX 570, can be found for around the same price. Even used, you know, in Portugal, it actually costs more to buy a 1050 Ti used than an RX 570. I just got lucky to get this one at 60 euros. And the RX 570s, you can find some of them at like 90 euros, the Pulse ITX versions and stuff like that with one fan, you know. Not the best model of the RX 570, but of course it will do the job just fine. Mine is actually the Pulse ITX version, and it does the job. So guys, yeah, as you can see here, the minimum we've seen so far is probably like around 135, 140 FPS. Not bad at all over here. Still very strong performance coming out from the 1050 Ti. If you bought the 1050 Ti for Fortnite, well, it's actually fine, you know. I just think that the RX 570 would be a better deal, but of course, many of you with 1050 Ti's actually bought into the 1050 Ti back in the mining craze. So RX 570s back then were very overpriced, like $300, $250, you know, and the 1050 Ti was actually kind of affordable at around 150, I think. So yeah, that's a massive price difference, of course, but for the same price, it doesn't really make sense to buy this card over an RX 570. It's time now for medium settings. Can we get above 60 FPS all of the time on medium settings? I really think we can, right? Alright, medium settings are applied. I'm just gonna do my little dance over here, just so everything loads in, you know. I'm gonna pick this up, actually. I think that's better than what I had, than one mini shield, you know. So, as you can see here, over here in the top of the world, as I say, we are actually seeing like 90 to 105 FPS, I would say. That's pretty decent here on medium settings. Of course, medium settings shadows aren't very good, as you can see there. For example, yeah, see there? Look at there. See, they just render in a very short distance, so I don't really like, look at that, the shadows rendering in the tree right there. I don't really like the medium shadows setting, you know. I'm not sure why they did this. As you can see, the shadow is just rendering in as you walk. It's really frustrating, you know, it's really distracting as well. So yeah, I would really not play at these settings. And a subscriber of mine, or a viewer at least, commented saying that we should probably test medium with high shadows. So yeah, because that's, nobody should play like this, you know, with the shadows rendering in so shortly. So it is such a short distance, you know. Okay, so the circle is still in the whipping woods. That's good. You know what? Let's do just that. Let's do the shadows on high over here. Okay, so high shadows actually puts us just a little bit above 60 FPS. We're seeing 60 to 70 over here. Okay, so as you can see here, high shadows are a massive performance hog. You are actually still above 60 FPS, and keep in mind this is the most demanding area of the map, of course. So you will still be above 60 FPS pretty much everywhere else. But, you know, I wouldn't really play like this. Maybe just drop the shadows altogether, and that's what we're gonna do right now. In the middle of nowhere. Just ready to get a shot from a sniper somewhere. Okay guys, so dropping the shadows, as you can see, puts us above 100 FPS again. So the shadows are really a massive performance hog in this game. And well, whenever possible, maybe just drop them, you know, because if you really want like some visual quality, you know, higher quality textures, higher quality effects and stuff like that, and you want like still high FPS, at least with the 1050 Ti, just drop the shadows altogether to get those 100 plus FPS all of the time, as you can see, or pretty much all of the time. I really think if we drop from 100 FPS, it's just a 1% low or something like that. So yeah, as you can see here, most demanding area, really still very solid FPS. You could still run a 144 Hz monitor, 120 Hz monitor just fine with the GTX 1050 Ti over here. Not bad at all. And now I think it's time for high settings, and then we're just gonna get out of this one or probably die or win the game. Who knows, you know? Alright, high settings over here puts us just below 60 FPS, as you could see there. Yeah, okay, so actually in the 40s. This is pretty similar to the GTX 960, as I've been telling you guys. Every time you ask me to do a GTX 1050 Ti video, I will say, well, it gets pretty much the same FPS as the GTX 960. And yeah, that's what we're seeing right here. The 960 actually got like 40 to 50 FPS as well. And this is also similar to the GTX 780, I think. The 780, I'm not really sure if it got more FPS than this on high settings. Or if it got like 60 FPS, 50 to 60 on epic settings. I don't really remember properly. Alright, we got that guy. I'm not really sure if it was a bot, but he was just standing still, so easy kill, you know. we got 2 guys already and only 18 to go, so that's decent. So right now we're seeing like mid to upper 50s over here as we walk into the rest of the map and we leave the Weeping Woods, sadly, you know, because yeah, it's gone. It's gone, pretty much gone. The circle got the Weeping Woods, unfortunately. Let's get into the next circle. As you can see here, outside of the Weeping Woods, as I told you, that's the most demanding area of the map. So we're seeing now above 70 FPS on high settings. So if you guys have more FPS than I do here in these videos, that's just because I test in the most demanding area, just to see like the worst case scenario. So yeah, everywhere else you will get most definitely more FPS than what I got there. So yeah, as you can see here, 70 plus FPS, not bad at all. Very smooth experience over here. But of course, if you are used to play at 60 plus FPS and there's a circle in the Weeping Woods, for example, you will be dropping quite a lot from 60, right? Alright guys, I'm just gonna drop the shadows over here on high settings, and that puts us again like around 100 FPS. Actually, we are getting like in the 80s right now. We should go, actually. That's probably a good idea. The circle is quite far. We got 50 seconds though, so that's a ton of time over here. You actually go faster in the river, don't you, while swimming? That's very interesting. In other games, it's quite the opposite, right? But again, this game isn't realistic at all, you know. Boats outside of water. In the Weeping Woods to see our minimum FPS at these settings, of course. I think we should be able to get 60 plus FPS all of the time still. Where is he? What the heck? Oh, there he is. Okay, I don't think he is a bot, guys. Oh, almost. You know what? Just forget it. I'm just gonna move on. I really need to find like a medkit or something to heal myself with because... Oh, Jesus, okay. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted to build. Okay, all right, we got this. I don't really know my key bindings too well still. My own key bindings. Oh, there's one very close to us. Jesus Christ, what the heck? Okay, he's not in the bathroom, taking a bath. Not pooping, you know. And there's one over there. Here he is. Oh, this is a bot, right? Okay, nope, that's not a bot at all. Oh boy, we're gonna die, guys. Ah, almost. We should probably just move on, maybe. Not really sure. Oh, I'm building, guys. Jesus Christ, I dropped. Okay, nope, never mind. You know what? Okay, no sniper rifles and stuff. Let's just get out of here. Let's just get out of here. That's probably the best thing to do over here right now, guys. Oh boy. Okay, only 7 people to go. All right, let's pick up some bullets over here for... Oh, all right. Wait a second. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the hell do I do now, guys? Die. Yeah, that's the answer for everything. Alright, we are dropping over here, seeing like around 90 FPS while dropping. Not too bad, not too good. Well, it's actually very good. I'm not really sure why I say not too bad sometimes when it's actually pretty damn decent. While dropping, we are seeing actually like around 75 to 80 FPS. Not bad at all, you know. It's a very good FPS to see while dropping, because these are probably the minimum that we're gonna be seeing here today, my friends, at these settings at least. So, oh my god, what the heck was that? Was that like a tree just randomly destroying itself to doom? Not sure. As you can see here, actually inside of the bushes, it's very demanding, and we are seeing around 80 to 85 FPS. Not bad at all, you know. I'm gonna go ahead, get up here, grab this blue pistol over here that I love so much. Well, not exactly, but yes, and heal myself with shields. Yes, that's amazing. Okay. Solid performance coming out from the GTX 1050 Ti. I was actually expecting a little bit less, to be honest, but I don't really remember how many FPS we got with the GTX 960, which is very similar to this one. You can find out for yourself if you want to watch that video, you know. Yeah. Go watch it, give me my views. But if you enjoyed the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, you know, keep tuned in. I'm gonna be benchmarking more GPUs, and more 1050 Ti videos are gonna be coming up in the next few days, you know, because it's a new card. I still have tons of videos to make on this, tons of games to test on this card. And well, guys, we're on epic settings, by the way. I forgot to tell you that, but you guys have seen that, you know. And yeah, it's probably on the top right corner of the video. So Yep, as you can see, Epic settings here, it's still playable, it's still above 30 FPS over here in the most demanding area, of course. So yeah, it's not a bad experience. We actually only dropped like 5-7 FPS from high settings with shadows enabled. So that's good to see that the 1050 Ti can actually hang in there even on Epic settings. But for example, the RX 570, I think we got like 50 plus FPS on that card at Epic settings in the same spot, the Whipping Woods. Of course, you can directly compare those because I test them at the same spot, of course. So yeah, just running around, seeing the FPS, it's probably like around 40 FPS most of the time. The average is probably that. We've seen it drop to like 37 sometimes, you know, not bad, you know, not good. It's still playable. You could actually play like this and get used to 40 FPS, no problems whatsoever. And yeah, getting out of here of the Whipping Woods, you will be seeing like 10 more FPS, 15 more FPS. All right, there's one over there. Finally, I found someone. I've been looking for you, my friend. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna drop the shadows because I feel like this is too low of a FPS for me to test with. Oh, come on. Okay, shadows are off, and as you can see, this puts us above 70 FPS here in the Whipping Woods. So shadows is a massive performance hog. Disabling those, you actually get almost 2 times the performance. We were getting like 40, as you can see, and now we're getting 80. So yeah, the shadows, if you want those visual quality settings, you know that it's just unfortunate that it takes so many FPS away from the experience. So I would actually recommend you to play on Epic settings without shadows if you want to play on Epic settings, of course. Forget the mini shield. I don't care about the mini shield. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna go ahead, grab the fishing rod, and we're gonna go fishing because I haven't fished in this game for a long time, and I really like to fish. It's like when you go fishing, you fish, right? What the heck? I just noticed that. That's amazing. You fish. Why do you fish? Yes. Oh, another pistol. I don't want pistols. Come on, game. Oh, thank God. Thank you for the M4. That's really what I wanted. Okay. So, you know what? We've seen enough of... Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't mean to... Oh my God, I almost died there. We've seen the FPS here on Epic settings without shadows. I think that's enough. Most of you will probably play with these settings over here or on low. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the settings again to competitive settings. Oh boy, did it crash? I think it crashed, guys. Oh, no, what the heck? Why? I would be happier if it crashed. So guys, thank you so much for watching anyways. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary as well. And I hope it was informative for you. If you guys are making a buying decision, go check out first the RX 570 video, of course, as well as the 960 that you can find for cheap in AliExpress, readily available as well. So I really recommend that as well if you can't find a used RX 570 in your area. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all. Bye bye.